on a mission today again to find that elusive waterfall that I never found last time I was out here. This time I'm in the downstream branch. There's some beautiful country out here in northeast Victoria, probably about 5 kilometres from a town called Beechworth. A very historic town, lots of old buildings and stuff. The gold rush in the 1850s really kicked the town off, as most places around here. So, but I'm told, and I've been shown photos of this awesome epic waterfall along what I think is Reedy Creek. There's a couple of creeks flow in this area, so not 100% sure that's what it's called, but I think it is. I'm hoping that I can find this waterfall, and then I'm hoping that I can actually climb down to it if in fact I have to. I stupidly carry a bit heavier camera bag than what I usually would in other situations, but I like to have all the lenses with me just in case. I'd hate to walk in a couple of kilometers and then not have the right gear. So anyway, we'll see how we go today. I'm sure I'll get some photos of something. So while I'm on my journey to hopefully a waterfall, I thought I'd mention some of the gear that I use. I'm very fortunate now to have 2 Nikon mirrorless cameras. I moved from digital SLRs to Nikon mirrorless, and I love them. I still use the FTZ adapter so that I can use my old F lenses, because I can't afford the Z lenses, and the F lenses are great anyway, and it's what I own. So and then I in my pack today I have a Tamron 24-70 SP. I have a Tamron 100-400, and I also have a Tamron 15-30 SP f2.8. The 2 main lenses are, and the zoom lens is f3.5 upwards. But I've come across a lovely scene here. I'll just take a few snaps before I head on further. I just like the look of this at the moment. So I'll give you a bit of a look down here along the creek. I just like this little bit. I'm not sure how well it's going to come out in a photo, but we'll have a look at it anyway. We'll see how we go with this one. One bit of kit that I love to use is what they call a polarizing filter. And I've mentioned these before. These are like sunglasses for your eyes. So if you imagine a scene and there's quite a lot of brightness, this will cut down the glare on the water. This one's made for my lens. You just read the size of your lens. It's written on the lens, and you buy the one accordingly. So this isn't a real dear one, this is just a Hoya, but you can buy better ones, K&F, Nisi, but they're going to cost you a lot more money. So I'm having a bit of a shocker this morning. I've gone to set up my Nikon Z7, which takes a Sony XQD card, and I only own one of them because they're very expensive. And then I've realised that, hey presto, guess what? You ain't, and I mean ain't, brought along your card. You must have left it at home in the card reader. So it's lucky that I carry 2 cameras, and the other camera I carry has SD cards. So I've got my Nikon Z5 which is no slouch. It's actually what I've taken most of my old photos on. I've only had the Z7 for a few months, but yeah, so no card and no way to use the Z7, so I'm using the Z5 today by the looks of it. I've come to a point where I can't get around there, so I'm gonna have to do a bit of mountain goating. Still no waterfall. I'm hoping I can find it. I can hear a heap of rushing water. Jeez, talk about a goat track. What did I come from here? I can hear some rushing water. I don't know if it's just the just a fast flowing piece of stream, or if it is indeed the waterfall I'm looking for. So I think I have found what I've been searching for. It's full on here, water gushing everywhere. I have to figure out how I'm going to get over the creeks, but you can't really see it too well over there yet, but there's a great big cliff, so I'm going to make my way over and I'll catch my breath and see if I can get some photos of this. There's some nice scenery here. You can see down there, there's a race that's been cut out probably for mining. Gotta be careful I don't go in the drink. That up there is definitely a mining race. Question is, can I photograph it? I don't know. Might be difficult. Currently, I'm shooting this scene here. The waterfall I did find was the one I already knew about, Woolshed Falls. So I don't know if I've missed something or not. I'm not that great with instructions. I'm going to shoot this, so my settings are going to go fairly slow shutter speed, 1/8 of a second, f9 and low ISO. The more that I bring the shutter speed down, obviously makes it brighter. More I take it up makes it darker. Then I might need to change my shutter speed or change my ISO or my f-stop in order to lighten it a little bit. So depending on the shutter speed I want to use can determine pretty much how dark or light everything is. Same as your f-stop and same as your ISO. So changing my ISO up makes it very bright. Taking my f-stop up will make it darker and down lighter. And my shutter speed up darker, quicker, better for moving targets, down to make it slower, better for making longer exposures and making the water look milky somewhat. I'm going to start this one with about f13. I might take 2 panoramas, so I'd probably angle down here first more, and then the second one I'll allow a third overlap and angle up there a little bit. Then I can put them together in Lightroom. So that's the plan anyway. So here's the first shot. Taking that. Okay, and now for the second shot, I'm going to angle it up somewhat. Get rid of my play back there, so I can get these other trees here in the shot. Them wattle trees there in the distance. And I'll get out of everything. And so my white balance there was in auto. Now I'm going to come to shade. You can see how, well, I don't know if you can see because of the bad glare, but what we have here is the scene goes warmer now. So I'm gonna tilt down again, take the photo, and then I'm gonna tilt it up some, take the photo again, still allowing a third overlap there, take it again on the timer, and I can put them together in Lightroom. So it's pretty handy being able to stitch some photos together. I could shoot at wide angle, I could tilt it and do a portrait shot rather than a landscape shot, but I like the wideness in this photo. I also like changing my white balance a bit, and I also do that with some of my astrophotography as well. It can give you a bit different look. So another example I can give you is by changing the white balance. Cool. So let's do that as well. We'll give you a look at that. So if I change this again to something like incandescent, this is going to be over the top, but this will give you an idea what it's doing. So, sorry, change this again, something like incandescent. We'll take that. You can see already on camera, the scene's very blue. So I don't like it that blue today, but it can work well for Milky Ways and things like that. So let's take this, we'll go back to auto, and that's our shot done. So the waterfall I found was Woolshed Falls. I probably have mistook the directions, I'd say. So I'm walking back along the creek. I got probably a 2k walk to the car maybe. As I'm going along, I've been taking a few handheld photos. I do like to shoot with a tripod, but sometimes once in a while it's nice to do some handheld photography. I've come across this scene here, and I particularly like the tree out, the unique way that the tree's curved and the branches and that. So I'm going to get a couple of photos of that and move on. I have photographed a few spots further down the creek there. Not sure what they're going to be like. Light's not too bad today. It is sort of overcast, so we'll see how we go. I'm definitely not as fit as I'd like to be. I can tell you I got the sweat coming out of me. But as we move on, I'll see how we go. I'm hoping, well, what I haven't realised is the creek's actually split in two somewhere up there, and I don't think I'm on the best side of it. So anyway, we'll see how we go and make our way back towards the car. Not having the best day today. The waterfall I was looking for, I haven't found. I found a waterfall. It's one of the biggest tourist attractions in the area, Woolshed Falls. I probably haven't got my directions right, to be honest. It's nobody's fault but mine. I've walked about 2 kilometres down the creek. I've set up to photograph my first shot. Realised I left my Sony XQD card at home for my Nikon Z7. It's lucky I carry a backup camera. I'm fortunate in that I got a Z5 and it uses normal SD cards, so that got me out of trouble. And then setting up, I broke my tripod. So all in all, not the best, but could be worse. It could be working. It could be the other side of the ground. So I'm still having a lovely morning, walking around some of the area's finest bush and some very old gold fields too here. A lot of this has been mined. I took photos earlier of an old mining race. it is part of Woolshed Falls, that, but I was able to access an area that I hadn't previously been in. Now I'm wandering back towards the car up the creek, so we'll see how we go anyway. For those who don't live in Australia, that there's a big wombat hole. Doesn't look big, but they're a big Australian mammal. They look like a small bear, but they're cranky, but they won't hurt you. If you get out enough and have times where you succeed, take some nice photos, and times where you take some photos but you're not that happy with them, and the light plays a big part in this. Last time I come out early in the morning and it was foggy, the sun was rising, but the conditions didn't photograph as well as I thought. It was quite difficult to get a decent shot, and there was a lot of light rays and flares and that sort of thing, sun flares. So what I've done is come from downstream, tried to find the other waterfall which I couldn't, and now I've come back upstream. I'm back at the cascades that I photographed last week. I'm going to try to get a better photo of these today. And go from there. So hopefully I succeed with something a little better. These are the cascades that I came across last week. Now, it's an advantage to have more than one lens. The reason being, my 24-70 isn't able to capture this entire cascade. Give you a look at it. However, I do have a 15-30 Tamron SP. It's a great lens, and it can capture the scene easily. Making my way out now from Reedy Creek and heading back towards the car. I've re-photographed the cascades there. I've also this time got in the water. The light's a little better. Still not 100% sure on how the shots will work out. If any do work out, I'll be sure to put them up. I also, at the very end, took out an ND1000 filter, which basically drops the light significantly coming into the lens. It allows you to shoot longer exposure photographs during the day or in brighter light. The reason you might want to do that is for the different effect that it gives. Has quite a different effect, makes everything look smoother, similar to if you were doing I guess astrophotography. Sometimes that can have a softer look as well. Anyway, I'm not sure how they will work out, but if they work out, I will put them up also. Righto, we've finally had some success. I have found the waterfall. The scene looks amazing out there. Now I'm going to endeavour, however I can, to get some photos of it. Straight out of the gate, before I've even gone to have a look at the falls, I found this scene here. Quite nice. I love the ghost gum tree. For those who aren't Australian, this tree here is called a ghost gum. Beautiful. I love the way the water's coming around it. So if this photo works out, you shall see it. After some looking around, I've finally found it. And what a waterfall it is. So I've got to find some rocks and stuff I can get on, try a few compositions, two different lenses, the 24 to 70 and the 15 to 30. See how we go.